I used to make this mistake of thinking that everybody wanted to be a good person. Everybody was doing this work to be a better person. Everybody was trying to be as honest as they could. Everybody doing the best that they can. No, they not. I'm gonna speak from my perspective. Like just I can't call nobody else out without being real with myself. First and foremost, I had to learn and see that it's a very scary place to be in where like you go along to get along. Because going along to get along will have you moving the wrong way and have you accepting things and have you living in a path that don't really fulfill you. And I think about like how weird it feels at first to not be willing to go along if it go against what you really believe in. And it is friction at first. I'll be the first to tell you. But that's in anything, man. As soon as a person from a obese family, as soon as one person decide to, man, you know what, I'm gonna get in shape. I'm tired of this. I'm gonna get in shape. I'm gonna get right. I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna put the fried chicken and pork chops down. Everybody that they've been eating with and rocking with gonna make them feel uncomfortable at first. Gonna try to nitpick them. Gonna joke them. Gonna clown them. Gonna make them feel like oh, you think you better. Once you get over that first little wave of friction and resistance and uncomfortableness, and you start really doing your thing, you start really looking different, eating different, and it becomes a lifestyle, and they see the benefits of it. Those same people would be the ones that come back around and be like, man, so how you be eating? What you be doing in the gym? You mind if I come with you? And so that's just the nature of the beast. That's the nature of the journey. In my life, I went alone to get along, and it ain't lead me nowhere. And so what you got to understand is just look at culture, just look at the world, man. Look online, look at just your average neighborhood, just look at people, just watch people. I love people watching. I mean, they'll show you how the world works just watching it. And when I think about like morals and character and substance, that stuff ain't celebrated. That stuff ain't like romanticized. That ain't sexy. Like look on TV what they show. They ain't teaching no morals and substance and characters and integrity. Look on the podcast. Like people ain't talking about morals, character, and integrity. They're talking about money. They're talking about your body, how it look. Like it's all this artificial stuff that don't mean nothing in the end. I compare it to this. When you start to work on yourself and when you start to really get yourself right, and when you especially get your faith right, and you start moving different, and you start moving with character, and you start moving with integrity, and you start being honest, and you start not going along to get along and start standing your ground for the things that you believe in and putting your morals and your faith first, you look different in the crowd. You look a lot different because everybody ain't that. I used to make this mistake of thinking that everybody wanted to be a good person. Everybody was doing this work to be a better person. Everybody was trying to be as honest as they could. It's a saying that we always say, but I tell my wife, I don't think that's true. Everybody doing the best that they can. No, they not. That used to have me thinking I was behind because I thought everybody was doing the best they could. And I'm just not finding out like I've been tripping. I'm just not finding out I ain't as diligent as I thought I was. That ain't the case. When you start to really work on yourself, you assume you behind and that everybody else is doing these same things in private, but they're not. And what happens is you're not getting celebrated, you're not getting affirmed, and you're not getting people cheering you on, and you're not seeing these things that you believe in, and you're not seeing substance and morals put on display and nowhere around you. And it gets lonely and you get isolated and you feel like, man, am I really doing the right thing? But you got to think you're going to look foreign to people that ain't doing this work because everybody ain't doing this work. If everybody was doing this work, it'll be evident and it'll be celebrated. It'll be highlighted. It'll be put on TV. It'll be talked about more. It'll be supported when you make a change to get your life better. Like majority of people come from the 95% of people that don't want to be better, that don't want to work on these things, that don't want to improve their lives, that don't want the best out of life. People say it, and they'll fool you and have you thinking that you tripping. But it's like, nah, man, when you start to work on yourself, you're gonna like the eyeball out, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because usually 95% of people are doing it wrong and you look different trying to do it right. It's like, I'll give you an example. It's like going in the hood, man. Like if I go back in my neighborhood and I got let's say I got some fresh Jordans on, hey, everybody gonna compliment that. Everybody gonna celebrate that. Everybody know what Jordans is. Everybody know what J's is. That's the hood staple. That's the hood designer. You know what I mean? For somebody to see you with some fresh Jordans on and a fresh outfit. If I go back to the same hood, same neighborhood, and I go back with a Armani suit or a real nice tailored suit, probably gonna get no compliments because people don't really they don't understand what it is. They don't have no frame of mind or no reference to say like, okay, I know what you got on. I know why you got it on, and I understand that, man. Like that's a very nice Armani suit. You're gonna walk past 100 people before one person can even recognize what you even got on and that like the importance of it. But put them J's on, $100 shoes. I can have on a $15,000 suit. Ain't gonna get no compliments. I put on $100 pair of sneakers. I'm gonna get love because that's what people can relate to. And it's the same way when you working on yourself and when you building yourself up, man. Especially your faith. Most people don't have a reference to work like to relate it to about working on themselves, about cutting out distractions, about changing their life for the better. So when you're on this journey of trying to improve yourself and trying to be set apart, man, like you're gonna always look different because you when you put your morals and your beliefs and your character first, that ain't what the world doing. That ain't what people used to. That ain't what's being celebrated or highlighted in the world. You just look like you're doing something completely different than everybody. And people usually pick at that. Oh, he doing something different from the crowd. Who you think he is? Clown him. So just in this journey of improving yourself, man, and putting your morals and your faith and your beliefs first, trust and believe. It's gonna be a little friction, but you go in the right direction. It's gonna be a little lonely at times until you start to meet those other people that's doing the same thing you doing, that's on the same thing you on, that can even recognize and appreciate the journey and work it took. That's why they say, man, nobody that's doing better than you is really hating on you. They know what it took to get there. They respect you, if anything.